This is Melanie Mew with Comics and Gaming Monthly, and we're here at Club Music for Microsoft Xbox X11. David from Sega to talk about Binary Domain. Can you tell me about the game, please?
Sure. Binary Domain is set in the year 2080. Basically, the world's coastal cities have kind of been decimated by natural disasters, water levels rising. And so basically what happens is corporations step in. A US corporation may or may not be accused of stealing technology from Japan and from the Amada Corporation. And so what happens is these robots that come in to help humanity, they kind of sort of turn on humanity because they've actually illegally gone ahead, broke a clause in this Geneva Convention that they set up, and they've created hollow children. And what hollow children are self-aware robots, or they're robots that aren't self-aware, they think they're human, essentially. And so once this happens, there's a big standoff, and it's just publicly blown out of proportion. And so now everybody finds out that there's people amongst them that are actually not people at all, they're actually robots created by this corporation. And so things get a little crazy, and the robots start turning on one another, and there's just basically just anarchy and madness going on. So what happens is the Rust crew is called in, and it's like an international group that's just clean this entire mess up, and they're up against some really crazy battles, just like huge robots, small robots, every sort of robot, but they have the gear to get the job done.
It's a robot army.
I think so, yes.
What's the best way to describe the gameplay of Binary Domain?
The gameplay, the best way to describe it is
lots of shooting?
Lots of shooting, but also for every action there's a reaction. That's what Nagoshi-san and his team are really going for. So the way you interact with your squad, you can basically pick your squad mates, and the way you interact with them, the things you say, your actions, the timing of your actions, have an effect on how they interact with you and basically how the story unfolds.
Does that mean there's many different endings to Binary Domain?
There are many different paths to Binary Domain, but how it ends, you'll have to see for yourself.
Well, thank you, David, for helping us out. Thank you. We're here with Eric from THQ to talk about Saints Row.
Absolutely.
So tell us about Saints Row.
Saints Row the Third is the most over-the-top guilty pleasure in gaming that you're going to see this year.
So it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. You're not going to see anything else with a vehicle that lets you suck people into it and shoot people out of a cannon.
That sounds pretty extreme.
Oh, it's pretty crazy. You got wonderful things like, as you can see here, Professor Genki's Super Ethical Reality Climax is a new, fantastic, fun activity that you can play in Saints Row. It's going to be great.
What's the best way to describe the gameplay in Saints Row?
Crazy. It's absolutely insane. How many?
One word, crazy.
I give you lots of words, but one of them would definitely be crazy. I mean, not too many other games where you can fire octopi at people's heads, run around, hit them with a dildo bat, and have a wide selection of nut shots when you punch people in the groin.
Is there much of a story to Saints Row?
Absolutely. You've seen throughout the past two Saints Row games that the Saints' rising power, now they're huge. They're celebrities, they've got their own energy drink, they're doing fantastic, but a global criminal syndicate is vying for power, and there's a back and forth between them and the Saints, and they've got to fight to be number one.
Is there a co-op mode? Can you shoot octopi at people with your friend?
You can play co-op and do some fantastic, fun things. Like I said, shooting people out of a cannon, your friend can drive, you can shoot, it's fantastic.
Can you shoot octopi at your friend?
Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Is there going to be downloadable content for Saints Row 3?
There will be some fantastic DLC.
Well, thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about Saints Row?
November 15th.
Buy it.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.